Life as you know it might just not be real. The reality you believe you are living in, the world you believe you are seeing, is not true reality. Today I want to discuss and dive into our perceived reality, our inner reality, and the true reality as it is, what I refer to as truth. This video is inspired by a comment that I got from a subscriber that I cannot word for word and probably even close reiterate or quote the comment, but it was somewhere along the lines of the perceived reality, your own reality, and reality as it is, telling the difference are hard to distinguish from that. This video is going to push you in an uncomfortable place. Some of the things discussed here might not be what you truly want to hear. And I say that because it's going to challenge everything that you most likely believe about reality. It's going to seem personal, but nothing and none of this is personal at all. And in the most humble way I can say this, the truth of reality I talk about is not subjective to only me. It's not something that I only perceive. It is a direct experiential reality that we all share. That is the point that I really want to start with this video, is when I talk about reality as it is, truth, this is not an idea or a concept from me. You can look in your direct experience and see this. Now, you still may not see it because the reality you're living in is the one you're creating. So that's where it may get personal. You may feel attacked. The person you believe you are may not truly want to see this or believe that somebody on a YouTube video can tell them what life is. I'm not here to tell you what your personal life is. I'm here to tell you the life that we all share. And when I say life, I mean reality. There are two differences. There is our perceived reality and our believed individual awareness. Now, if you've been tuning into my channel at all, you know that I talk about the three pillars of truth here. Consciousness is all is consciousness, however you want to say it. Everything is consciousness. We are the eternal now. There's two pillars of truth, and the third pillar of truth is that we are all one. And these foundational pillars hold up the whole structure of truth, the whole structure of reality and what we are. So I want to point that out first. And that is what reality itself is based on. And there's nothing needed to come to this conclusion other than a direct experiential looking. But this comment that I got from a subscriber who I really enjoy speaking to, this is not attacking or anything. This is communication, talking out loud, and hoping to explain and show the difference between believed individual awareness and individual reality. Well, what we have to say about individual awareness and individual reality is that you believe it is individual. But there is a foundation to reality that sets the stage for, even if your believed individual awareness, your believed individual reality to even exist. How is that reality known? How is that individual awareness known? It's because it is a painting on the canvas. It is a painting on the canvas of life. This canvas is the backdrop in a sense. And these are just my vocabulary, my language that I'm using. None of it is a solid truth of the words I use. I'm trying to express a point. This canvas is a backdrop of all. And our individual reality, our believed individual, not individual awareness, but our believed individual reality is simply nothing more than a painting, colors, form on this canvas. It is what allows it all to seem so real. But there's something that allows it to be real. Do you see what I'm pointing at here? There is something that is unchanging for everyone, that needs no description for anyone. That is the fundamental truth and nature of reality. It is so fundamental that it even lets you believe you are a person, to know yourself. It even lets you believe that you have an individual awareness. It even allows you to know your perceived individual reality. Now, there is some truth to a perceived individual reality. I don't know the population of the world, but whatever it may be, we'll say billion something. Every single one of us is experiencing a different reality. The comment stated, and this is true, two people could look at the exact same thing and understand and see it completely different. This goes for anyone. The way that you see life is totally different from the way someone else sees life. You could almost say, in a sense, that there are 9 billion, whatever the population of the world is, there are that many different worlds. And what I mean by this is, our perceived reality, what we believe reality is, that is different. It's individual. It is different from the person next to you. That these are all different worlds we are living in. Different ways to see life. That is true. I'm not denying that. But what we can't deny is the reality in which we all share that allows these individual worlds and realities to be known. Everyone has their individual world, their individual reality, the way they see life. People can look at the same thing all right here and completely see it differently. But there is something here that allows this to even exist. And this is what I'm trying to show. Now, it may seem different, a duality, that this is different from this. The artwork is different from the canvas. But if you actually take a look closer, it is all intertwined. You cannot have the artwork without the canvas. The canvas is the backdrop for all of the painting. I hope that you are understanding this a little bit. And once again, this isn't personal. Ask yourself this question. Are you watching this video through your believed individual world? This individual reality, these different worlds we are all living in, believing seemingly to live in, are filtered through our mind, our childhood upbringing, our culture, society, our family life, the conditions that we have placed amongst ourselves, traumas we believe we have went through. All of this stuff is a splattering of coloring onto the canvas that we cling onto and we attach to, identify with, and believe and see through this filter. We see through this filter. I like to refer to it as a VR headset. You can call it a pair of goggles. You can call it a blindfold. Well, not really a blindfold, but all of this stuff shapes our reality. What we believe is our reality. That's why I could have somebody sitting here or somebody watching this, and from when I got picked on as a child, I used to see my believed reality through the eyes of a kid that was bullied and a kid that was demanding his respect. When I used to have interactions in life, just a simple human interactions in public, what would happen is I would get offended easily because I was seeing through that filter, and that is how my individual reality was being believed to be, how life was for me. You watching this video may have had something or experienced something, and that may be filtering, conditioning what you believe life is, good or bad. Do you notice you're triggered by certain things, bothered by certain terms? Look at politics. One side and the other side, butting heads, hating each other, violently hating each other over ideologies, not knowing that they are so connected and actually the exact same being. It's actually sad when you see this. One side sees and has beliefs this way. One side sees and has beliefs this way, filtering what they believe life is. And they're so different opinions, different ideology, different views, that they can never see eye to eye. So they must hate. Same thing goes with religion. This religion has these beliefs. This religion has these beliefs. They don't see eye to eye. One sees the other as evil and a villain. That isn't life. That isn't life at all. It's the character's role. It's the show. It's the play. And we lose ourselves to this and believe it is reality. So, when you say your individual awareness, when you say your individual perceived reality, there is truth to it, but it isn't the ultimate truth. Actually, it's not truth at all. It's just if you want to believe that's what life is. If you want to remain invested in it, then so be it. But then you will get life the way it is filtered for you. The conditions that you have placed upon yourself. The cage you are blocking and locking yourself in. And when it comes to individual awareness, it seems as if I have heard somebody say also that we can only know our individual awareness. Now, this is true to a point as well. Awareness, knowing. You can't deny that life itself is simply knowing. From whatever age you want to start at to whatever age you die, everywhere in between is pure conscious knowing. And it feels individual. But now we're going to take a look at the bigger picture. We're going to take a look at the canvas. And I hope this is where you are still hanging on and paying attention. Because this is reality in its truest form. With no individual believed to be seeing it one way or another. It is the reality in which the show takes place. The reality in which the play is performed. Everything is consciousness. I just pointed to that. All is consciousness. From whatever age you want to start at to whatever age you want to end at, everywhere in between is knowing awareness, consciousness, interchangeable terms. And if we go to the second pillar of truth, we are the eternal now. Well, you find out that this consciousness from your youngest age to your oldest age is simply aware now, eternally. You never find the past or the future that you believe you came from or you're going to. You find now, the present moment is all you ever find. It all comes back to now. I have a video of this coming soon in the power of now. It's magnificent. And then we all are one as the third pillar of truth. All of our perceived realities, all our perceived individual awareness, if you take a look and you can go across the world, you can go to every single human being, animal, everything, everywhere, you find nothing more than pure consciousness. Nothing has ever been found to exist independently outside of knowing awareness, which means this tree, for it to exist, must be observed and it must be known within the dimension of awareness. Pure knowing awareness. Science itself, neuroscience. I hear a lot of people pointing to science, and neuroscience does not exist without knowing awareness. And most science does not even start with consciousness. But how can you tell me the nature of something, the nature of reality, without pointing to the fundamental knowing of it? Like I said, every single person across this world, if you look, and I have a more technological experiment. This video is going to be kind of long. I hope you're still here. Technological experiment to point to here that can point this out to you. Every single person that you can think of, family, friend, anyone, someone you don't even know, you will never find them, the so-called them, in a different moment than you. Now I'm using this to best explain it. And here's the technological experiment. If you were to pull up your computer, pull up your phone, and you had one friend in Russia, you had one friend in California, you had one friend in Utah, wherever you want to think of, and you all pulled them up on the phone, or the PC or whatever, and you were FaceTiming, what can be shown to you right there is that though they seem to be far away, though there seems to be a perceived distance to reach them, where this is true in a sense, one thing is undeniable. All of these people that are pulled up on the FaceTime or the webcam in different countries, far away, far and wide, are all within the same space, consciousness. And they are all sharing inside of the present moment, the eternal now. It doesn't always seem like that. Because somebody is not perceived right now in like Russia, it seems that they are almost living on a different timeline. But if we actually look at reality itself, the truth, you see that, and we're using this PC, the FaceTime, as an example, because what it does is it shows us that even people across the world are in the exact same eternal now, present moment, now, with you, as you. Now, it can be dark there, it can be light there, it can be raining. That doesn't matter. It's all within the same space, the same place. And if you actually look closer, you will see the third pillar of truth. That when you see everything as consciousness, we are all in the exact same moment, always. And it's only ever known now. And then you see that there's not actually other people as you once believed. There is a one source, a one knowing awareness, knowing itself from billions of different perspectives. And that is where you get your individual perceived reality. Because the whole idea of a separate experience or an individual experience is limitation. It filters out the whole. But if you take a look in your direct experience, you see that everyone and everything is in the same place now at the same time. And there's only one source that makes up all of it: consciousness. Now, I did my very best to try to explain that this one source gives life when it seems to be your individual perspective. Now, there is your individual perceived reality when the filters, because not everybody's experiencing the same life. Obviously, the perceived experience is different. But when you take a step back, you see the greater whole of it all. And that is the nature of reality. That is the foundation of life. Everything else is simply a show within it. So I really hope you guys like this. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining me today. And thank you to all the new subscribers. It's been tremendous communicating with you. I encourage you guys to engage down below. I do my best to respond to everybody. So thank you all for being here. And I hope this community grows and grows and grows. And just once again, thank you. I'm very humbled and grateful for it. It's very hot out here, but it's a beautiful day. So remember to stay present, because you always are present. And that's just the truth. And that's where your power lies. So I will talk to you guys soon.